Hey guys, welcome back to Huffler Garage. Today we have a 1999 Jeep Wrangler TJ with the 4-liter 6-cylinder engine. Basically just had some work done on it with the transmission and clutch, and it's experiencing now a weird vibration that turns into like a really violent shaking when it's at higher RPMs. We'll show you some of that. We looked at it, looks as though the transmission mount might be bad, so we're going to replace that for you today. Alright guys, so I don't know if you can tell in the video here, but basically if you look at the engine, it looks like it's almost slightly shifted back. Looking at it in the past, I haven't paid a huge amount of attention to it, but I don't remember it being as much of an angle, so it's possible that it is falling down a little bit where the mount could be either broken or at least the rubber bushing part in it being bad. So we're going to crank it up for you and just see what it's doing. Alright guys, I don't know if you can tell the shaking quite, but we'll show you at higher RPMs as it goes from that shaking to almost a rattle. Guys, please excuse the audio. We have a lawnmower going in the background. So to get started with this, we're going to have to drop the this plate that's holding the transmission up. There's 4 bolts that are actually bolted to the transmission itself, and then there are 6 bolts on either side that bolt it to the actual frame. You'll want a 13mm wrench for the 4 bolts by the transmission, and then 21mm for the 6 bolts that put it into the frame there. So you'll want to have some jack stands under the transmission, as that's the only thing that's actually going to be holding it up once you drop this plate. And we're going to be using a jack just to get it down a little bit easier because it is rather heavy. So we got the plate off. We got the 6 bolts here, 4 bolts here that go onto the transmission. Right here is the mount itself, and you can see I can actually just move it with my fingers, and that's supposed to be fully rigid. So with the motor shaking, that's obviously going to create a huge issue there. We got the new one right here, and it is fully solid. So hopefully when we put this on, that'll fix the shaking problem. You'll need a 15mm for the bolts under here, and there are 4 bolts to take off there. Once that comes off, we'll put the new one on. So we've got them side by side. So this is obviously the new transmission mount. This is the old one. If you can kind of see in there, it is just absolutely dry rotted, and just with my fingers I can just bend it easily. This one right here, the new one, I can't even budge it. So that's what it should look like, and that's what the worn out one looks like. All right, so we've got the transmission mount in. It fixed part of the problem. There was a knocking in there that is now gone, and it's definitely starting off smoother. Now the shake and the vibration is still basically doing more or less the same thing, not quite as bad. So it could either be the engine mounts yet or a misfire. So we're gonna give it a quick wash, and then we're gonna go to the store and get some more parts and see what we can fix on it.